BBC Television presents
Hancock.
There it is, Sid. What do you think? Be honest.
Is that meant to be you?
Of course it is. Don't you recognise the broad shoulders, the tall, manly figure?
Since you ask, no. Why have you got Eric Morecambe's head on?
It won't be like that in a few days. They had a spare statue of Eric Morecambe, didn't they? So to save a bit of money, there it is. You're going to get Eric's head taken off and my head welded on its place.
I always said you haven't got your head screwed on right. Anyway, let's leave it as Eric Morecambe. I like Morecambe and Wise.
Of course not. It's a statue commemorating all my hard work. The Guild of Comedians want to honour me for services rendered to comedy, in particular for the sketch for which I will always be remembered, the German episode.
The German episode. It was a good one. I was in it.
That's right, I almost forgot. Yes, you played a minor role, Sid, if I remember. Yes, you can look upon the statue's left boot as yours, Sid. It's a tribute to you as well, isn't it?
Ta very much.
It's the little things in life, like bronze statues, that make life worth living, doesn't it, Sid?
It's not exactly little, is it?
I don't know, it's the correct height. 6'2" to be precise.
You're not 6'2".
I know, but Eric Morecambe is.
How are you going to keep the pigeons and seagulls off it?
A good question, Sid. I hadn't thought of it. It takes a man familiar with London like yourself to think of it. I don't want you-know-what all over my head now, do I? I don't want people walking up to me in the street and saying, I don't recognise you without the pigeon crap on. Yes, think. How can we keep the seagulls and pigeons off it?
Why don't you use a bird scarer?
What a good idea, Sid. You're volunteering, I take it. What's all this stuff about Black Lives Matter in the papers, Sid?
Don't you know? There's a protest movement around the world because black people aren't being treated properly. And one of the things that are being attacked by coincidence are statues of racists.
Quite right too, Sid. Thank God I'm in the clear. They won't be touching mine then. No one could accuse me of being racist now, could they, Sid? Me a racist? How ridiculous. That reminds me of a joke. 3 Irish statues went into a bar.
That's enough of that, Hancock. That's what they mean. By the way, they are already attacking your statue. Look on page 3 of the Daily Mirror. You're on a list of bronze statues people want to take down.
Take it down? It only went up on Thursday. And today's Friday.
Things move very fast nowadays, don't they? That's because of the internet.
Why me, Sid? I'm not a racist. Who are these people? Whose statues are coming down?
Sir Francis Drake, Edward Colston and Christopher Columbus.
Never heard of them. What have I got in common with Francis Drake, Edward Colston and Christopher Columbus?
A statue, and you're racist. The German episode, for example. I've heard the BBC are going to ban it from the iPlayer for being racist.
They can't do that. It was my best sketch.
If the British Empire and its Commonwealth lasts for 1,000 years, men will say that was Hancock's finest half hour. It doesn't matter what you think people are saying. The German episode was racist because you made fun of the German people.
What's a few Nazi salutes and a bit of goose-stepping amongst friends, Sid? They don't mind a good joke, the Germans. They probably laugh about it too. You were in it as well. Why don't they take your statue down, Sid?
Because they haven't given me a flaming statue.
Well, that's given me an idea, Sid. We'll make one and use it as a distraction. Put it in front of mine until all this nonsense dies down. Anyway, they can't take my statue down. I'll defend it with the last breath in my body.
That's funny. That's what Boris Johnson said.
Oh, did he? Well, that's nice of him. I didn't know he was a fan.
He isn't. He was talking about Churchill's statue.
Take it down.
Who was that? Take what down?
The statue, of course. I'll come in and talk to you. Either that, or I'll climb on the statue and perch on top like a seagull.
No, don't bother. I don't care. It's not my statue. Look, it's Eric Morecambe. Arsenal and all that.
I'm coming in anyway. It's not Eric Morecambe. It's you without your wig on.
I don't wear a wig. Who are you? What do you want? If you like, place a list of your demands on the table, because I want to tear them up in your face. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm not going to be treated willy-nilly.
I don't want to treat you willy-nilly. No, don't be like that. You're a racist. All the papers say so. Who are you? Are you a slave owner? Hancock the slave owner. Most people have statues of slave owners, aren't they?
I am not a slave owner. I am a comedian.
Who's that then? Is he one of your slaves?
What, him? No, that's Sid James. He's a comedian as well. I am not a racist. I haven't got a racist bone in my body. Who says so? Who says I'm a racist?
It's in The Guardian. They say you make fun of the Germans. You made fun of them. You kept saying don't mention the war.
Ha ha ha, yes, funny, wasn't it? Did you like it? Everyone says it was my best. I couldn't stop laughing, it was hilarious. Come on, be honest, what does The Guardian know about comedy? When was the last time you read a knock-knock joke in The Guardian?
No, you've got no shame, have you? We'll come round with some ropes tomorrow and we'll chuck it in the river. Knock knock, who's there? Tony Hancock's statue going through his front door.
Ha, got you. There isn't a river in East Sheen. That stopped you, hasn't it? You can't come here throwing your weight around.
Yes, but we'll be throwing your weight around in that ruddy great statue. We'll throw it in the sewage works then. You won't mind, will you? We'll pong a bit when you go fish it out, though.
I do mind as it happens. I've worked hard for that statue. It represents my life's work. Sid, hold me back, or I'll knock that fool off his pedestal. If that's that ruddy protester, I'm going to throw you in the sewage farm.
Mr. Hancock, I'm a lady reporter from the East Sheen Gazette. How dare you? We haven't even met. I've come to get your side of the story, but I wish I hadn't.
Story? What story? You don't mean me winning a silver medal at last year's East Sheen show, do you, for my marrows?
You know it's not that, Mr. Hancock. And stop all these silly little jokes. What's your view about racism? This is serious.
No, let me think. No, I definitely didn't get a silver medal for racism, madam. I won it for me marrows. What's racist about that? I don't discriminate, in fact. I find it difficult to recognise one marrow from the other. Wait a minute, I am prejudiced. I prefer courgettes.
Don't be so facetious, Mr. Hancock. This is a serious subject. You wouldn't want to come across as flippant about racism, would you now?
Well, you know me. A bit of levity here, a merry quit there.
You see, Mr. Hancock, I'm talking about the German episode, Series 4, Number 6 of Hancock's Half Hour, where you said a prawn Goebbels, a Hermann Goering, and 4 colded salads, although it pains me to repeat those words.
As it happens, madam, I don't remember that. Are you sure that was me? It sounds more like Sid James. I know nothing about German food as it happened. I can't stand the stuff.
There you go again, running down the lovely German people. That's racist, Mr. Hancock.
It wasn't me, Hancock. I was serving on the tables. I was only taking orders.
So, you were only obeying orders, were you? How appropriate. Yes, but admit it, Sid. It was you who served the prawn Goebbels, the Hermann Goering and the 4 colded salads. It's your fault.
Those dishes don't exist. You made them up. You said them. I just mumbled, yes, Mr. Hancock, sir, in Spanish. I didn't write the flaming script. I was just a pawn.
Yes, exactly, a pawn Goebbels.
I warn you two, I'm writing all this down. I'll put it in my report.
Well, why on earth did you serve them if you knew they were racist?
Mr. Hancock, we know it was you who said it. We've got all the evidence we need on film.
All right, yes, it was me, I admit it. But it went down a bomb at the time. It almost took out the Reichstag, or so I heard.
Stop it, Mr. Hancock. You're being racist again. I'll have to call the police if you carry on like this.
I can't help it. I'm a comedian. I spend my life having people laugh at me for no reason. It's demoralising. So you're going to call the comedy police then, are you?
Yes, you're definitely a racist comedian. You're another Bernard Manning. Well, I've got a protester with me. He's a very nice man. He's a Mr. Snidley. He wants to say a few words to you.
Good evening.
Not you again. I thought we'd seen the last of you. Here's a tenner. Go and get a bus ticket and find some other statue you can annoy.
I've come back. I've brought some ropes, and if you don't apologise, we'll tie them to the statue and pull it down. I've brought all my friends from East Team Chess Club.
You will pull that statue down over my dead body.
All right, go outside and lie down then.
Quick, Sid, it's Rent-A-Mob. Get the lads from the East Team Arms down here.
You'll have to wait. It's social distancing now. They're not down the pub. They're at home, ordering pints on their mobile phones.
So this is it then. What do you want me to say that will make you call off your Antifa chum, Sidley?
Well, there is one thing. If you make a small gesture, we'll call the whole thing off. Get down on one knee.
I've got arthritis in both knees. I have replacements, so it'll be an empty gesture. You can see if you look carefully on the statue outside. Anyway, I'll only get down on one knee for my liege, Her Majesty, or my wife, not to you, sir.
Oh, go on, stop messing about. Everyone's doing it. I'll tell my fellow protesters. They'll be relieved. No one wants to lug that heavy statue on the way down to the sewage works. No one's looking forward to it. We're giving you a chance, a way out.
I won't do it. I'm a man of principle. I believe in what I've done. What has a few cold-it salads done to the Entente Cordiale, I ask you? Nothing.
That's France, Mr. Hancock. Look, I'll tell you what. If you agree to take the knee for Mr. Snidley, I will contact the BBC and put in a good word for you.
So you think they'll put the German episode back on the iPlayer, do you?
Well, not that one. They're threatening to pull all the Hancock half-hour shows off the internet. I might persuade them to keep some of it on, though. So, what's it going to be? Take the knee or get chucked in the pea?
Go on, Hancock, give them what they want. It's only for a few seconds.
I don't know, Sid. Before you know it, it'll all be in the papers. Racist Tony Hancock takes a knee. I'm not going to be publicly humiliated, you know.
I won't take a picture of you, I promise. Nobody will know outside these four walls.
Well, all right then, but if I can't get up again, it'll be your fault.
That's it, slowly down, keeping your back straight, deep breaths.
I'm stuck.
Oh, what a shame. You're not quite there yet either, so it doesn't count as kneeling, it's more like squatting. You failed, I'm afraid. You haven't taken the knee.
I'm doing my best. I'm still going down, slowly.
It's like watching the Titanic sinking.
No, that's as far down as the titanium plates will allow me to go.
No, oh well, you had a go and show willing, Mr. Hancock. So I'll go and tell the protesters they can stand down and we won't need to go to the sewage farm, will we? Oh dear, it's gone. The statue's gone. I think you're going to have to fish it out anyway.
Why, you...
Come here, Hancock. That Snidely's put a statue of himself up in its place.